Live. It is NewMutator, and I'm bringing you this matchup between, what is it? Who is it? Timecox and the Southern Parkians. We're looking at the Southern Parkians here. They're in the black. Giant Killer General captaining for them. Craig, Genghis Khan, Chef Paris, Sir Rockland, Chohan, who, believe it or not, is actually here.
Special guest Chohan chiming in.
Thanks for joining me. And then also Ross the Boss, Rhea, whom I think we did a little quick test, and Cruniac actually Chohan is Cruniac, I think, and
yes.
he actually identified Ross the Boss, Rhea, is that how you pronounce that, as Homer?
I think it's Ray or Ray. I don't know. It was Ray. Like it says from that horrible movie Goon. I'm sorry, Homer, if you like that movie, but it was bad.
I don't think I've seen that movie, but they're going to be facing off against the blue team in the north. It's going to be Headhunter leading the Time Wizards. Well, basically, it's the Time Wizards Thundercox merger. Timecox.
I hear both those teams are filled with cheaters, too. Let's just get that out there.
Oh, are they?
I've heard they've used some backwards methods to bolster their rosters in previous rounds.
Really? How so? I don't think I've heard any of this, so if you can illuminate that for us.
I believe it'd be, they have a Cave, who used to be on, because Timecox would be the two teams combined. I know they had Cave playing as somebody before, and I believe somebody played as Stone Cold as well previously.
Oh, really?
Some shifty characters on that team.
Well, I had no idea. I mean, Stone Cold is in this game. Scratch Bunny Line. Who is Bunny Line? Oh, is that?
That's Flatline.
Yeah, that has to be Flatline, because I remember reading something in the forums about Bunny was only okay with the merger if Flatline changed his name to Bunny Line, and Flatline did agree to that. Father Xmas Spike Ramirez also here, and Ramirez has been plagued, I think, so far with connection issues.
Yeah, he's, I think, like plays on like a generator or something like that. Like he has to fill up a generator with oil, like just to keep power going. So I don't know. He's got an interesting setup, to say the least.
Wow, I had no idea. Stone Cold also present. So I guess there's two members of Thundercox on that squad at this point in time. And it is going to be 8 on 7. If I'm not mistaken there. So more players, one player advantage for the Timecox. I guess I should just call him Timecox at this point. Game's about to begin. So what you were actually in this game. Can you describe to us a little bit about your strategy coming in?
Basically what we were just going to do is just basically set up middle, set up on flanks on both of the sides, and basically just do the normal body count strategy, just basically outskill, I guess is a easy way to put it, just outskill them slowly, whittle their numbers down, and then just, obviously push into their flag. They caught us off guard, kind of. You'll see coming up they had normally expect everybody just to do like all mid, and you expect like 2 Trow to be middle for both teams, and they did a very kind of a different play for a tournament game. They split up the Trow with Berserks on the far side, and looks like they were trying to, sneak our flags or get something along those lines going.
I see. Yeah, I am noticing that. So they sent these 2 flanks out. Looks like Stone Cold has one, and Flatline has the other. And so you think they're trying to sneak around. It is capture the flag, which I haven't mentioned just yet. But so you guys were planning basically to go to the mid and do the obligatory kind of battle in the center of the map there, and
yeah,
and kind of hopefully outplay them, and then see what happened from there. And it looks like they're doing something quite unexpected.
I mean, obviously you can see, we see it coming pretty much like right now, as you can see them running into the scouts, and the fact that they don't have anything middle kind of gave that away too.
Right. I guess it's kind of lucky that you did have scouts on either side. Giant Killer General at least had the foresight to send those scouts out and catch that flank.
It's basically General Cornwallis in action. The guy's a mastermind.
Cornwallis, yeah. So he's the was he the one that defeated Napoleon
No,
Or
I think he was in
am I mixing him up with somebody
Cornwall's
else?
was a Revolutionary War. He won like a bunch of battles, strategic mastermind. It's basically a GKG. That guy's he overthinks everything a lot in this game, but he's good as hell and he's smart as hell too.
And I did want to ask, has Giant Killer General, has he been captaining in your previous matches as well?
No, this would have been the first one. He was normally playing as Butters previously.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Butters, I do remember he was doing, whoever was playing Butters, I think was doing fairly well in many of the games I did cast. And there was a couple of matches where I wasn't sure if I was going to reward Butters with the most valuable player for that match or not. It was close a couple of times. I think I ended up going with Eric Cartmanez one match. But I don't know if you've been keeping up with that or not, but every match I've been kind of choosing an arbitrary MVP of that match.
Yeah, I saw those for a couple ones. I've always, I'm sure it's probably hard to pick one because it's hard to base it off so many things because you probably want to pick, obviously, an MVP, I would assume, from the winning team a lot of the times, and then it's kind of hard to narrow it down based on who is doing what, like roles during the game. It kind of probably makes it hard for you to narrow it down to one.
Oh yeah, it's so difficult, and I was talking to a Punk user about that actually, how difficult that is. But looks like we have some Archer action going on in the middle, and I don't know. I guess somehow I should have been paying a little bit better attention to the game, but those flanks somehow end up not actually going for the flag, and kind of going back to the middle.
Yeah, they basically just both ran up a side, and GKG just went to each side, and every time he went to one side, the other side just backed off, and it basically just resulted into both of them just taking a lot of like needless damage from the archers, and the flanks really didn't do much in the end.
There you go. Yeah, I see you are actually, you're on this kind of in the southeast side there. Excuse me, and you're shooting some arrows there at Flatline.
Yeah, they did a lot better than we were expecting overall in this game too. I mean, if you can see, it's pretty far into the game, 5 minutes into the game, and it's still 100%, 200%. So I mean, for neither team to suffer a casual at this point was pretty. We were surprised to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody has taken any. Very little damage has been dealt so far in the game. It's been kind of a game of positioning up till now. Can you tell us a little bit? I mean, do you guys have to practice these maps, I imagine. What were you thinking coming into this match?
Well, this is actually the first week we had like any kind of a strategy or anything overall. Pretty much all the previous weeks we basically just everybody showed up hopefully on time for the match, and we would just, a lot of the times it was Chef just giving everybody units and saying go wherever. But after last week's guess you could say embarrassing match to Grimm's team, GKG decided he would captain our games and kind of actually have strategies now and people paying attention, so it's gotten a little better.
Interesting, and I actually haven't even gotten to those yet. We are casting the double elimination round 4. This is kind of the first match that you played in the double elimination round 4 out of 2 matches. I guess in the bottom bracket every week you play 2 matches. One if you win, you play 2 matches. If you lose, then you're eliminated.
Correct. Yeah, we had played this one on Friday, and we also played one on Sunday as well that we had.
So we haven't even gotten to that one yet. So wait a second. So does that mean that you played it? Oh wait. So the game you're referring to was the one that I casted. What was it? Oh, I guess it was last week. Oh man, I got confused.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Well, fortunately for myself, I'm not actually on cocaine at this moment. Although maybe that's unfortunately. So maybe that would actually set me straight. But who can say? I was doing a lot of reading actually last night about all kinds of stuff, which I'm not going to go into now because I guess I should be casting this game. So it looks like Scratch and Ramirez kind of pushing on your force in the middle here. I mean, forces are still fairly even.
The big thing I noticed, I remember coming up here, if you go to like a Stone City on his trial, I know at some point coming up here basically it's himself like picked off. Like you see he's taking a lot of archer damage and I'm pretty sure he dies here in a couple seconds. Yeah, like right here, I don't know what spinning in circles, taking a joyride.
I guess he's trying to close in on your artillery, maybe to see if he could. Looks like he's going to try to maybe get a warlock kill or something like that. But yeah, maybe he. I don't know what he's doing actually. I think maybe that tipped the scales in your favor. That happening right there, because he's engaging when maybe he shouldn't be. And I'm not even sure why he did that.
Yeah, I don't know if that was him just getting desperate. They were trying to make something happen or what happened, but I mean, they didn't really have help from the middle and our trout. You can see are basically in a streamline to their base. I mean, I don't know, they weren't really in position to do anything, and he didn't really do anything either. He committed and then just stood there and then backed away and just ended up dying for nothing.
Yeah, that's actually quite puzzling to me, because I actually gave him, unless the previous, so I just casted the games with Gimbal R Us, Time Wizards and Gimbal R Us. Now you mentioned that Stone Cold may have been a dummy.
Yeah, there's been rumors that Stone Cold's IP in that game was also coming from Ohio.
Oh, so. Is that where you live? I mean, you know, people have actually.
Yeah, I've been victimized because I live in Ohio. Apparently, the same area that this person dummying everybody's accounts has lived in. So, I have my attorney sending over paperwork to Grimm's office, though. Gonna handle this matter.
Okay, I see. So, so in that particular match, do you think that may have been the case?
I believe. Yeah, I know, because there's something posted on the forums too, like. There's a screenshot of Time Wizards forums of them even saying like LOL, like it wasn't Stone Cold last match or something like that, along those lines.
Yeah, because he basically carried their team to victory almost every single game.
He did some curb stomping.
Yeah, so we just saw a Giant Killer General losing a Tro of his own, trying to do a lot of damage to the sensitive artillery and ranged units. Looks like he's going to use his other Tro maybe to finish the job. Or at least take out a few more.
Yeah, basically this point is when it starts to become over for them. They don't have any warlocks. They don't have much on the hill.
Well, I'd say it was pretty much over for them when they started pushing and then lost that Tro, because you know there was like a 20% spread or something after that point, and then when they started retreating, that spread. You know, right now it's 30% spread, so and increasing pretty much every second that Giant Killer General stays on the prowl here.
Yeah, he did a good job when we came up the hill of just him picking off. He did picked off a lot of archers, a lot of warlocks. Really didn't suffer that much damage in the process of doing it.
And Flatline's doing everything he can. Looks like was that friendly fire there that taking out that lone warrior? I think that may have been. So these warlocks basically, wow, nice shot, threading the needle through those warriors, taking out that archer there. Another archer goes down.
They did have our flag contested here as well, but I think they only had like 5 or 6 berserks, so obviously it wasn't nearly enough to take it.
Yeah, they do have a small berserk squad here. Stone Cold with that. Compared to your defense, it seems like they might be able to take that, but I don't know, they're going to have to... Actually, no, I don't think they're going to be able to take it with that many berserks.
That was at least, you know, it was smart and very proactive of them at least. I mean, they saw they're losing the flag, and smart move to at least make an attempt on our flag at the same time, though.
Yeah, that was pretty smart, because if they had been able to take that flag, that may have forced a tie. It's not, you know, I didn't quite see how much time was left on the clock when the game was won, so I didn't quite see how much time was left, but we've seen that in a couple games already, where if there's a kind of a flag trade, then sometimes it forces the tie. Any last thoughts for that game that you want to share with us?
Nothing too much. I mean, outside of Homer suffering 5 casualties, it's way too much for Homer, so he's gonna have to work on that.
Right. So I'll go ahead and check out some of these ratios here. Obviously, Giant Killer General doing very well with 2 tro, 150 damage for him. That's going to be quite a bit. Seems you did pretty well also, 96 damage, 8 kills, and only 1 loss in that entire game.
Did a little bow flexing, I must say.
Yeah, I guess working out actually does improve your myth muscles. Though I wouldn't know because I haven't actually tried that. But sorry, that a lot of my jokes tend to fall flat. I'm trying to
Fall flat like flatline.
Oh man. Yeah, Flatline didn't do so hot. Only 2 kills, 8 losses, 37 damage for him. That's not a whole lot of you know, when you have Tro, you expect a little bit more. So he didn't even do that well compared to other members on his team. You know, Spike managed to have 50 damage, and Spike, I don't even know if I've seen him play so far in the tournament.
I think this is his first match with him.
Yeah. So interesting. Spike showing up. Hopefully, in order to prevent the impending elimination of the Time Wizards, or I guess Timecox at this point. Father Xmas actually doing fairly well for his team. Actually, not well, but doing better than anyone else in terms of damage for his team with 53. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move into game number 2 in just a moment. Thanks for joining us. And thank you again to Cruniac, who is here with me, dual casting. And so thanks for that.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So game number 2 is next, and I hope you stay with us and check that out.